What's up? It's me again. Um, can you believe that I'm still making clips on Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 18? Yep. Alright, this time I'm going to talk about how the term their brethren, ahehen, in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 18, does not likely refer to Ishmaelites. In fact, it's far from being at all likely in the context of the entire Torah, in the context of the entire Tanakh, the Hebrew literature in general. First point I'd like to make. Ishmael, alright, their claim is that by referring to their brothers, that a prophet would be raised up from among their brothers in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 18, that this means that since the Ishmaelites are the brothers of the Israelites, that the prophet will be raised up from among the Ishmaelites, i.e. the Arabs. Now it is certainly possible, in my opinion, that a prophet could arise among the Arab people or any other people, so long as this prophet is upholding the Torah of Moses, that he does not add to or take away from it, for this is the condition of a true prophet. But to say that Deuteronomy 18 verse 18 is specifically referring to one particular prophet, besides all the information that I've already given, which is already sufficient for a person who's thinking clearly, they still want to use the term your brethren in Deuteronomy 18 verse 18 to mean that it is specifically going to be from among the Ishmaelites. Why is this a problem? Historically, Ishmael is not the brother of the people of Israel, and nationalistically, his descendants on a national level are not considered the national brother of the people of Israel. Ishmael is the uncle of Israel. Ishmael was the brother of Israel's father. Israel is another name for Jacob. Jacob was renamed Israel. And Ishmael was Jacob's uncle. In fact, it is much more logical if this refers to a specific prophet or prophets specifically being raised up from among Israel's brothers in the sense of a different nation, that they would be referring to Esau. Esau, because Esau is Israel's brother. Esau was the other son of Isaac. And to support this view, we see throughout the Torah that Esau is referred to as the brother of Israel. I will give you a few examples. Numbers chapter 20, verse 14. Numbers 27, verse 13. Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 4. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 7. Is that enough? I will leave it up to you to look these up. I tend to be long-winded anyway, so this is all besides the point. There are many places in the Hebrew Bible, throughout the Hebrew Bible, where the term their brothers or your brothers, their brethren, your brethren, it's the same thing, consistently, without exception, refers to the other members of the people of Israel, the other tribes of the people of Israel. It doesn't mean anything else. This is the consistent use of the term. This is specifically why when the Bible is using the term your brothers or your brethren in reference to Esau, it specifically says Esau, because otherwise it's understood due to the consistent use of the term, it's understood otherwise to be a reference to the people of Israel. And this is also the case in the book of Deuteronomy, leading all the way up to the book, to the chapter 18, verse 18, the very chapter under discussion. I will give you examples. Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 20, is clearly using the term your brethren or their brethren in reference to the other tribes of the people of Israel. Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 9, brethren is used as a reference to the other members of the people of Israel outside of the people of the tribe of Levi. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 12. Your brethren is used, and it clearly explains that the intention is to Hebrews. All right. Not to non-Israelites. In fact, immediately before Deuteronomy chapter 18, where we find verse 18 about the prophet being raised up from among your brethren, to set the context of the word your brethren in place, immediately before chapter 18 we find in Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15, regarding the commandment of a king, that a king must be from among your brethren, all right? And that it is clear as day that it is to the exclusion of being raised up from among another nation. As it says, it should not be raised up from among foreigners, all right? Now, if you want to say that the Ishmaelites are not then considered foreigners, fine, disregard the consistent manner, disregard the consistent way, which is the way of the Lord, and put yourselves under the obligations of the Torah, because it says in Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 15, that the stranger who has joined himself to the people of Israel is obligated in the Torah of Moses, just as the native-born Israelite. There is one Torah and one judgment, one law and one judgment for the native-born Israelite and for the one who chooses to join them alike. So, if you want to stick with the 7 laws of Noah or with the Quran, and you don't want to uphold all 613 commandments as an Israelite, then it would be best if you recognize the fact that this is not a consistent understanding of the term your brethren. And not only would it obligate you in upholding the commandments of the Torah, but since one of the commandments of the Torah is to heed the decrees of the Mosaic court that you find in Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 8 through 10, being the brethren of the people of Israel would also obligate you in upholding the decrees of this court, in addition to the 613 commandments, since it's one of them. Since we find in 2 Chronicles chapter 19, verse 10, that this command is applied to their brethren, all right? And not only that, but the very next verse after 2 Chronicles chapter 19, verse 10, it even states this in connection to a guy who is called a son of Ishmael. So it must be the Ishmaelites. Let's forget the fact that this is a Hebrew name and that it is a name applied to Israelites as well. So there you go. I leave it up to you to look up all the quotes. It would do good to become familiar with the text instead of just taking a verse here and there and using it in whatever way you want to support your assumptions and keep yourself and others from finding the truth. I'd like to end this with a verse from the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 29. Remove from me the way of falsehood, and grace me with your Torah.